The family of the 68-year-old New Britain man say their father was rushed to the hospital here in central Connecticut when he got sick, and they say he's been hospitalized since the end of June. The New Britain man's family says they believe he picked up the flesh-eating bacteria swimming at Hammonasset Beach with a cut leg from work. While flesh-eating bacteria cases are pretty rare, doctors we spoke to say they're rising.
I do know over the decades we have more people who are immunocompromised, have severe liver disease, so we probably have more people at risk for these types of infections.
Reports of deaths from flesh-eating diseases stunning many this summer. Public health experts believe Group A strep is the most common cause of necrotizing fasciitis. And in more serious cases, it can be contracted when an open wound comes into contact with coastal seawater.
Particularly in warmer waters, the Gulf Coast, but in the summer it can extend up to New England. There are bacteria called Vibrios.
CDC tracks necrotizing fasciitis caused by Group A strep. Since 2010, approximately 700 to 1,200 cases occur each year in the United States.
But it's relatively rare.
This flesh-eating bacteria, it moves very quickly, and it's very difficult to make this diagnosis early.
It's hard to believe how your life can be turned upside down.
This is a condition where people can go from just fine to dead within about 24 hours.
Just to think how fragile life is. 1 minute we're all here, and the next minute you could be gone.
Flesh-eating bacteria is more commonly known as a necrotizing infection. This cell death of the body's soft tissue is called necrotizing fasciitis, and you can get the types of bacteria that cause it in a few different ways.
So you could get necrotizing fasciitis from a bacteria that came in from an insect bite or from a wound. Maybe you had an opening in your skin and you stepped in brackish water. So there are many ways which bacteria can get in.
And one of the main types of those bacteria that causes this disease is from the same family as a common infection we all know and have maybe even had: strep.
600 million people a year get strep throat, but that same pathogen can also, in rare cases, cause necrotizing fasciitis, but it's the same pathogen. The leading cause is Streptococcus pyogenes, but it can also be caused by both gram-positive and gram-negative types of bacteria, including Staph aureus and Vibrio, and some actually are polymicrobial, so there are several bacteria together that form these necrotizing invasions.
So a big question is, how does the bacteria become so aggressive and dangerous, causing this invasive type of soft tissue infection?
When it gets into that person in that situation, that its tissue environment sends a signal to that bacteria that makes it switch on genes that are making it more virulent. Is it that individual that's more susceptible to infection, and that's why it's become, necrotizing fasciitis? These are important questions.